So you know how you always hear from real estate agents that it's cheaper to buy than to rent, and if you're renting, you're just throwing your money down the drain? Well, not anymore. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to this channel. In this video, I'm going to go over the age-old question of whether it's better to buy or to rent. Which one is actually cheaper at this time? The answer may surprise you, and what I think you should do if you're trying to make this decision on whether to buy or to rent here in 2022. But first, before I get started, you guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jay Costa. I'm a local real estate investor and agent here in Northern New Jersey, and if you get any value out of this video at all, please smash that like button down below. Also, consider subscribing if you want to learn more about real estate and real estate investing. Now, on to the video. So if you are not already aware, mortgage rates have continued to rise since the Fed decided to raise the federal funds rate in order to combat inflation. And after 2 years of all-time low interest rates put in place to keep the economy afloat while shutting down our businesses and keeping our kids out of school, the housing market has been sent into a tailspin with plenty of uncertainty ahead. As of today, a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is at 5.65%. That's actually down from the peak of about 6.3% on June 14th, but it's still a huge spike and a big hit to buyers' purchasing power in this real estate market. And this sudden increase in rates has created a situation where it may not make sense to buy homes at all-time high prices anymore. Let me explain. Property owners have been spoiled with low interest rates for the past 15 years since the financial crisis of 2008. And it was always common knowledge that with these low interest rates, it almost always made sense and was always cheaper to buy a home instead of renting. For instance, in January 2019, the average mortgage payment was $1,126 a month, while the average monthly rent payment was $1,604 a month. That made owning over renting a no-brainer. But now with the interest rates much higher than they were, along with still all-time high prices, the average monthly payment if you were to buy a house has been surging, and it's basically level with renting a property. In fact, according to Redfin, as of today, the average rent payment on a single-family residence is $1,962 a month. The average monthly mortgage payment on that same single-family residence is $1,917 a month. And keep in mind, these numbers don't take into account maintenance, homeowners insurance, property taxes, as well as general repairs and updates. With these additional costs, it makes it much more expensive to own a home when compared to renting. These numbers also don't take into account for the large down payment needed to obtain said mortgage. Now, this doesn't mean that renting is always going to be better than buying, however, because even with these additional costs, owning a home does provide principal paydown as well as appreciation. Whereas if you're a renter of the same single family house, that equity and appreciation goes right into your landlord's pockets. Owning a home also provides tax benefits, where you can deduct from your taxes the interest you pay on your mortgage every year. Once again, if you're renting, that goes right to your landlord. So, should you buy or should you rent here in 2022? As always, the answer is it depends. And the main factor that it depends on is simply your lifestyle choices. Renting versus buying was always a very easy choice for me based on my plans and my needs. You see, I work from home, so having a comfortable place to live is somewhat of a business decision for me. Also, I hate moving, and I have no desire to pick up and move my entire family every 2 to 3 years. That sort of instability and uncertainty would drive me insane. Lastly, I am in the real estate business. Buying properties and renovating properties not only makes me money, but I enjoy it. But on the other hand, if you need mobility and flexibility for, say, a job, or if you just want it for your lifestyle choices, renting may be the better option right now given the interest rate situation. Because with the interest rate surge that we've experienced, as well as the inflation that we've experienced and the cost of goods and cost of labor increasing so quickly, the cost of owning a home will be much higher than renting once you start factoring in taxes, maintenance, among other things. You also have to consider the opportunity cost of your down payment. Would you rather park a whole bunch of money as a down payment in your home? Or would you rather rent, take that money and invest it elsewhere? It could be the stock market, it could be crypto, it could even be real estate with rental properties. Yes, just because you rent your own home does not mean that you can't take money and invest it into real estate using rental properties. Even better, do both. The house hacking method is the perfect way to do this. Go find a multifamily property, live in one unit, rent out the others, and you'll basically live for free as well as build long-term wealth. While researching for this video, I actually came across a video on this topic made by a very large YouTuber. His name is Ali Abdal. Now, his expertise is not real estate for what it's worth, but he did mention a really cool tool that I wanted to share with you guys in this video. The tool is called Causal. I'm going to put the link in the description box down below. Definitely go check it out. And what Causal does is it allows you to plug in a bunch of different parameters, meaning the purchase price of a home, what your interest rate's going to be, as well as what you would rent if you were not to buy. And it basically compares your net worth over the span of, let's say, 30 years if you were to buy a home that you live in or rent your home that you live in and invest it somewhere else. Definitely check it out. The link is in the description box down below, and let me know what you think. Now, I may sound a bit hypocritical here because I do own my own home myself, of course. But I do see a lot of people out there making the mistake of seeing their primary residence as strictly an investment and not a liability. This is not to say you can't make money with your primary residence, but you really need to know what you're doing. And that is not always the case. You need to see your house as a liability and not particularly an asset. And your decision on whether you should buy or rent should really be focused on your family plans, your lifestyle, and your time frame. Very simply put, if you're planning on living in one place for a long time, you should buy. It's as simple as that. Don't try to time anything. Just go out and buy something, live there for a long time, at least 7 to 10 years, and you'll come out ahead. But if you're planning on buying a property, only living in there for a couple of years and then selling it, I wouldn't count on it. You'd be better off renting for a year or two and at least having the flexibility that renting provides. That is it today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is it better to rent or is it better to buy in this market right now with 6% interest rates? Also, if you want to learn more about real estate investing, I came across the best course that I've ever seen. It's by Chandler David Smith, fellow YouTuber. I will put a link in the description box down below and you can check that out. It covers everything in regards to how to find deals, how to finance deals, how to analyze deals, and how to get them closed and build long-term wealth. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.